Hello. Namaste to you all. Thank you so much for tuning in. And the energies are really, really strong right now. So, those of you who are reeling under the impact of it, just know that it's only helping you out. That's it. Um, my purpose for this particular video is not to talk about the energies. I'm going to be bringing out an energy update soon. However, today's topic is around repeating patterns. Someone's asked me that question. Um, the patterns that repeat in our life, are we doomed to just continue suffering? Yeah. And are we doomed to feel those emotions of suffering and pain around those patterns? So, the patterns that we are having repeat again and again in our life, and probably it's not just us, it's our ancestry as well, because that's where that pattern has come from, right? Through the DNA into you. And then you start to live it, yeah, and experience it. So, the pattern may be anything. It can be in the relationship area, it can be in your health area, it can be in the money area, in your work area. And I've seen so many of these patterns, repeating with people. Now, the emotions around those patterns are actually not something that you're doomed with. So let's say the patterns continue to repeat, yeah, and you cannot do anything about it. I'm not saying you cannot do anything about it, but I'm just going to be addressing this in this manner. So let's say the patterns is something that you're not being able to really do anything, and all of that, but the emotional response to those patterns is in your hands. So that emotional response, yeah, is what is actually going to be changing your experience. So let's say you have a pattern of not having a relationship in your life, yeah, and that's plagued you, and that's been your pattern in your family, that you do not have a partner. And of course, we all know, we being humans, we need people around us. We need someone who makes us feel loved, who makes us feel cared for, and all of that. So, it's in fact our birthright to have that. Now, because of some wounding that's happened in the other lifetimes as well, maybe, and probably some beliefs that got accumulated because of those woundings, we have ended up having these patterns. And those patterns are so deep rooted that they're continuing to repeat themselves, and we are not finding a way out. So so moving on with this example of someone having not really being able to manifest a relationship in their life, what can happen is that you can experience it in two ways. Yeah, you can experience it um, in a way where you're really suffering and feeling really a lot of pain, and feelings of maybe there's something wrong with me, feelings of low self-worth, feelings of feeling why I do not have it, and then looking at others and feeling, oh my God, pining, yeah, and all of that. Or what you can do is you can um, take your power and controls back from that emotional emotional pain, yeah, by giving a different response to the whole pattern that's continuing. And mind you, guys, the moment your emotional responses have changed, as in you've stopped reacting to a situation and you just start to respond to that situation, the pattern has a potential and a probability to shift. It has a way of getting shifted. Why? In this quantum structure, your vibration, let's say, and this structure, which is this cell, yeah, whatever it is that I'm thinking, feeling, fearing, being, is what I'm ending up attracting. So now my thoughts and my feelings and my being is also coming from my DNA, what my parents and my forefathers and my ancestry has ended up feeling. So that has a probability of, let's say, this pattern repeating. However, my emotions now in this moment, yeah, are in my hands, which means that it's up to me, Yeah, whether to continue to feel that suffering. Yeah, and that's the reason said pain is inevitable, suffering isn't. The suffering is in your hand, right? There's a difference between pain and suffering. You feel the pain when someone slaps you or someone hits you, but the suffering that continues, which is continuing in your mind, yeah, by way of it plaguing you and saying, oh my God, I need to, revenge this, and I need to, and you're holding a lot of resentment, and I need to teach a lesson to this person, and so on and so forth. That's suffering, yeah. But you're continuing to live internally, which is causing a huge amount of physical body damage also. That suffering is in your hands. So emotions are the key here to changing any deep rooted patterns as well, and especially from the quantum field, or once you understand the whole quantum field perspective or dynamics, yeah, how you are vibrating at a particular frequency, which is then creating your experience on the outside. The moment you change that frequency by being mindful of what beliefs you are carrying, yeah, and by being mindful of whatever it is that you're fearing because of those beliefs. So when you're able to look at that, and it's a step by step process, guys, we help you move out of it here at Creator Within Me. So we have different courses that we do with people where people are helped to get out of their beliefs, and to change beliefs, to start to any self-limiting beliefs that tell you that you can't do it. That's the only thing that keeps you away from your success story, you know so emotions are the key here. Your emotions are what will then change that pattern for you as well. So no, you're not doomed to continue to suffer in that emotional loop. That's in your hands. The pattern, if it's really deep rooted, it may not shift. It may not shift, yeah. However, in a lot of cases, I've seen that shift also. But at least it stops bothering you. You've converted that, you, the alchemist, have turned that around, and start to experience that same situation um, joyfully. Literally, literally, I've had that where people have suddenly started to enjoy their, not the misery, because the misery has been turned around into and what has changed that misery for you? Your perception of it. Now you can be seeing a situation to be really miserable. Let's say if you're all by yourself and you don't have a partner, based on whatever attachments you have with it and whatever stories are running in your head, you can really be miserable if you don't have a partner. But the moment your perception of that changes, which means you say, I'm so happy without having a partner because it gives me so much of space and so much of time, and I'm so happy no one is there to dictate things to me, and so on and so forth. Your perception shifts, right? The moment your perception is shifted, you're not applying that kind of a force to that thing. Then that thing has a chance of being turned around. That pattern then starts to become less stubborn, yeah, and becomes more malleable. And finally, you'll be able to shift it, change it. Believe me, this is possible. If someone tells you a pattern cannot be changed, tell them it's not, it is not possible that it won't be changed. Of course, like I said, if you're experiencing the pattern differently, then for you that pattern is not existing any longer, right? It's shifted, it's changed. So I hope I've given the answer to the question, to this beautiful person who had asked the question. And I'm really enjoying myself coming onto this platform, speaking with you guys, addressing different things, certain challenges that you people are having. So do let us know through our Facebook page, through our, we have a YouTube page as well, through our Instagram page, about what else would you want us to speak about. And we'll be really happy to speak to you and address those things for you people. We're all in it together, guys. It's the entire human collective. We are in it together. No one's against each other. You know, the time of divide and rule. Let's look through that again, um, through that trickery, let's say, yeah, of of using one against the other. The masculine is being used against the feminine energy, and both are at loggerheads with each other. All of that is over now. Let us wake up and start to see that we are all of us in it together, and we have to find our way out of this. Whatever it is, you can call it a matrix, you can call it a mess, you can call it a simulation, you can call it anything that you want. But finding a way out of it is what the key is. Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning in. Truly appreciate you guys coming here, putting in your comments and liking the videos, and do come up with the questions that you would want me to speak about. Thank you. Stay blessed and stay happy.